Hey, you two Strexy. I'm Mike.
I'm Rose.
I'm Nikki.
And this is...
To Your Eternity, the final episode.
Yeah.
Season 2 is coming to a conclusion.
It
Yes.
is, and it does not look very happy-go-lucky right now. Very sad things.
Oh, well, Kahaku go bye-bye. But everybody else in
Echo.
Renril is happy.
Yeah, well, Echo is also not fully healed because, what's his name? Fushi doesn't want to, kill her and make a new body.
Yeah.
So he's got his limitations.
Level 2 of his power is going to be fixing a body that's already there.
Yes! Being able to touch, make them one of him and then release again. That would be interesting.
Make a living creature a part of his system.
Yes. Instead of having to send roots, which is what he's been doing.
Yeah.
Instead, he'll be able to just connect with it. I think that's a good idea.
That's the thing.
Yeah, but also I think it's a really good thing, even though I would like Echo to be fully healed. It's a good thing that he doesn't kill her here because she's young, and it's really important to set the standard of what's normal. She doesn't know what's normal.
Yes.
Just because she's like an animal for who knows how long.
I mean, you can call her a pet.
His pet dog. I can't kill it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and they've always been foreshadowing and talking about Fushi's mental state and the way he perceives the world, so it's going to be probably more important if there ever was a season 3.
Yes, that's true. But maybe we'll figure that all out in this episode, guys. Remember to hit the like button. Remember to hit the subscribe button. Also check out the Patreon in the description to see these episodes a whole week early, as well as the uncut version of these episodes. And also check out the description to see the link to our merch store.
And also, if you're watching this up on YouTube, not Patreon, if you're watching this on YouTube, the new show should be up on Patreon by now. If you want to check that out, it is Dororo. You can see that now.
Let's get right into the show.
Discussion.
Yeah.
What an
It's
ending.
over.
It's over. An end of they wrapped up those little strings quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite completely as well.
Yeah.
And then we can have brand new people now. And Fushi's not longing for his friends anymore.
Oh, well, actually,
They're still there.
someone there waiting for him, apparently, by the tree.
By the tree.
They all had the understanding that he wanted them to go live their lives, but he would bring them back later. What's his whole goal? It's just some of them were unable to do that at all. They needed to be with him at all times. Which, to be honest, it leaves me with really mixed feelings because March is a little girl.
Yeah.
She doesn't know any better.
It's like saying, while she goes, I'm your mommy, it's more the other way around now.
Yeah.
Where he's her father. She has no more family anywhere else. He's all she cares about. And he's telling her, no, go live a life.
I mean, well, yeah, but we're like, why would you ever poison her? Evidently, they come back as a young form anyway in the afterlife.
Yeah. Oh, you mean why Tsunade poisoned her?
Yeah, I understand why she did it.
Yeah.
I just really don't like it. I feel like it doesn't make much sense to.
What should they have
They should
done?
have just taken her. Take her with her back to the village. Live somewhere else. I know it's hard to move on, but it's a little girl who doesn't know any better about the world. It is hard.
Yeah.
It's really
I feel
rough.
like she would just keep running away and coming back.
I suppose, but I just don't feel like.
I feel like what would have happened is she would have just died a painful death. I think she would have she's very stubborn. I think she would have just starved herself or something. Not even they took her away and kept her and she wasn't able to go back. She might die some other tragic way. So I think Tonari was saying that's how she felt when but she was just older, so she could fight the feelings that she wanted to do the same thing. That's all I think it is. I think it is. I think it is harsh to just poison a little child.
Yeah, I get that. I just feel like that's still. It would be preferable if that was the ending.
For her to be tragically die?
That would be better than to poison the kid who just doesn't know better.
Yeah.
I don't.
Give her a chance.
Do you think they poisoned her without her knowing?
I fully think she knew. I get that. I just feel like that's a bad decision. So.
Yeah. Guess we can agree to disagree.
I don't know, and then with the outro, it gave me some weird, almost like cult vibes. Like these people just dedicate their lives to this
Fushi,
one person.
Yeah.
To be fair, he's actually a demigod.
He is.
Yes.
Moving to the point of being the god of the world. He's gonna have control.
Literally,
so
that's the goal of the Black Master.
Black Master. Yeah.
So I give a big pass on that. It's just it does feel weird.
Yes.
Yeah. Especially specifically Hyro. Just Hyro, honestly.
Hyro's off.
Yeah.
So
Although Tonari helped. She wrote epics of Fushi that Hyro used to sell as the gospel. But
although I feel like Tonari's not gonna write it in a way as
And he was great. Let's worship him.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's
was
just writing about
factly.
Fushi.
Yeah, that's true.
The thing is, even if you write it matter-of-factly, it's still a gospel.
Yeah.
Because he is a demigod.
This is
Yeah.
true.
Bring people back to life.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
But, I mean, maybe we start from the beginning of each stuff.
Sure.
But yeah, I wrote wow intro because the intro just told you everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
Everything that happens except for literally the last episode, it includes everything.
Yeah. The funny thing is, while I watched it, I think if I had just seen it one time, I would have been like, whoa, that's interesting, and missed most of it. Like, I was looking for the spoiler parts of it, but I just saw, like, events that would happen, but not like, what happened, personally.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even the scene with Echo, I saw her crying, but I didn't see the arm.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you guys saw it. Yeah, so because it went so fast, I feel like if I had just watched it one time, I probably would have missed it. But I've been like, okay, maybe I won't watch that again.
Yeah, I would have been... I feel like I wouldn't have really not caught, but remembered most of that anyway, too. But it does give the feeling of, if I saw that, I would have been a little frustrated, because I would have gotten tips off of what's happening.
Yeah, you wouldn't be as surprised. by
Especially since like Church of Bennett stuff was also in there, and you saw like the flames behind Mr. Red-Headed guy, and
Oh, I actually didn't see that one.
and you saw Hyro fighting on the wall. There was character spoilers in there as well.
Oh, that too.
All of the characters.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
Yeah.
They like to do character spoilers.
Character spoilers, they're weird in that sometimes I'm completely fine with it, but then other times I've done it once where I've seen all the characters and gone into it, like, it really did kind of ruin the surprise of who was going to be on the crew.
Yeah. Especially like sometimes it spoils like their role in the like grand scheme of whatever the main character is doing. But yeah.
Yeah, and then they're sitting around eating food, and Fushi's like, "What's your dreams, y'all?"
But before that,
What?
Miguel was the mom's boyfriend.
It's the mom's boyfriend.
She could have elaborated a little bit. Oh, he's the boyfriend.
He's
the boyfriend.
Like, what the hell?
Why would you say that? The boyfriend. Maybe she. You know, there was something about Miguel's face looked very mature.
Yeah,
it looked
was
more
like,
mature than the blonde girl. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
maybe it's just like
I was like, oh, we're in medieval
older-
times.
older husband.
Maybe it's fine.
yeah, betrothal or something. Nah, it was like a mother.
But then he comes in like dual wielding. I'm like, of course she falls in love with this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe just like defined roles. The boyfriend for the spot in the family. Okay.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh. But yeah, so Kamu's got his girl.
Yeah, maybe, probably.
Most
Yeah.
likely.
She gave a hug.
Yeah, she not even a hug. She was like head on the chest, way too close, and he's like, "Listen, Miguel's right there."
I was thinking that maybe they were gonna do a switcheroo and have Sarah, the gray-haired girl,
If that's
like Kamu.
Yes, me too.
She did something.
Well, she was just
She was
crying over
crying over
Kamu,
him.
and
Was that it?
she had his back the most.
Yeah.
Although what was her name? Yusui, Y girl.
Yeah.
Couldn't have his back. She lost her arm like way before the fight began.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was because of Kohaku actually, because
Yeah.
she was near the
Yeah,
the whole
wall
explosion. Yeah.
Does she still not have her arm, or did she get res?
No, she didn't have it.
She
She didn't. Yeah.
Alright.
And also Tacit's son is
He's
back.
resurrected.
Yes, that's nice.
So Tacit knows there's something going on here because I saw him die. But yeah, so he's okay.
Hyro still won't visit her.
Nah. I guess because he knows his life is dangerous and he's kind of dedicated himself to Fushi. So he's like, I can't let her know I'm alive.
His role in this is done. No
Yeah.
need to reintroduce himself.
Yeah.
But I mean, he died in front of her. That would be nice.
Yeah, it would have been nice to let her know I'm fine, just out there somewhere. Yeah.
Assumedly Tacit and everyone else knows of the deal by now, because people saw them dying repeatedly over the city.
Yeah, and also like buildings are getting like grown out of the floor.
Yeah.
like they're fruit.
And
or
also,
something.
and also just rumors. Like all of the people that died all came back.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and also it was rumor enough that word
got
spread to Bennett.
Yes.
And the brother's like, Missar, you gotta go. Be gone. Still not. What do you think his intention was? To be like, he's got to get out of here before the Bennett people come, or he's got to get out of here before the Bennett people come and make a problem for me?
I was leaning towards him actually just trying to push him away to save him. I really think so.
Yeah.
Especially because the way they worded it and the way they did it and kind of turn his back, and he kind of spoke more softly, in my opinion. Is like, this is the only way to protect him.
Yeah.
So I'm leaning towards, no, he was protecting him to try to keep him safe.
It's just a family of tsundere. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
They all are.
Yeah, I assume that he is somewhat grateful because he has to know this
Yeah,
thing
he's
has been
just
done.
he was
Yeah.
he looked like he was rushing to come back.
Yeah.
Probably word came out that something's happening at Renwell.
For days now.
Days. Probably people like merchants coming like, oh, that's a trebuchet right there. I'm gonna back out.
I'm gonna go.
Well, that way.
And then we go to the feast.
Yes. And he's like, what are your dreams, y'all?
Mm.
And they had some nice little fun dreams. They were ready to hang out. Even Fushi sounded like, what are we gonna do together, guys?
Yeah, he did.
And I was like, oh, Fushi has his buddies.
Yeah,
They're gonna do things together.
No.
No.
So Fushi also realized that, I mean, they're all assuming that maybe out there there's more knockers. We also knew the knockers ran away. So there
They
was
did,
some.
so they're definitely out there.
But he also was fairly certain if he did this thing of spreading his consciousness, it would deal with it. So maybe it's just deal with it in that there's nowhere left for them to hide and he just speared them once he found them. Or maybe they're like a corruption side effect of not having a Fushi in charge or something. Maybe we'll never really know where they exactly come from.
I think they're not fully gone. I think it's just giving us a chance to destroy Tokyo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, season 3 is coming. Something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
There's got to be more death and destruction. This is to your eternity.
Yes.
But what was I gonna say? Oh, I was very happy that this is the solution that they came to deal with I can resurrect anybody. Is because Fushi still, his whole point of the death problem was that they didn't get to die the way they wanted to.
Yeah.
It's not that he didn't want people to die at all. So that's why he brought his friends back. He's like, guys, I want you to go live a wonderful life and do your dream things.
Yeah.
That's why I want you to come back. So he's like, I'm gonna disconnect. It's okay, guys. You can be okay. And that, I think, solves the problem. And like, yeah, sure, he can bring anybody back to life, but it will only be people who had like a tragic death, maybe to a knocker or a freak accident or something. Like, no, I don't feel like that was they had dreams and hopes.
Yeah.
Give them a chance.
Basically, anybody who stays behind, because that's the only reason they stay behind.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
In reality rather than the dream.
And he can see them.
Yeah, well, no, he gave Bond
Ah,
back.
dang it, he did. Oh no, but Bond died,
Bond
and he
died.
got it back.
Oh, yes.
Everybody died.
Everybody's dead.
So he has the ability to see ghosts again. Probably. Maybe. We'll see.
I mean, at this point, now that we know, I mean, when they point out Echo could actually eat the food and stuff, there's really no reason for them to be able to not be able to come back at all now that they've fulfilled their ending and done whatever they wanted.
Yeah, they have like a whole ghost society. They just
Yeah.
mooch off of the real world stuff.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't even need to eat.
They don't have to buy stuff.
Echo just saw, as like, I really liked that thing when I was let me have some of that.
Come on.
Oh, I can actually have some of that.
Bond never thought to
Never
try.
thought about it.
Well, he's been a ghost for all of 5 seconds.
And he's also an adult.
True, but I mean,
An adult would think I'm dead. I don't need to consume things. It doesn't matter if I enjoy that in my living life.
wonder if he ever saw anyone else try to eat food, or if that's just a thing. Like Echo's the first ghost of all time to ever try.
Ever try? That's so funny.
Because he's lived his whole life around ghosts and he's
Yeah.
never seen them eat. This is true.
So also, so Google, when he res other people, they came back healed. Was he able to heal Gugu's face, or is that just no because he
that's
never
a good
saw
question.
Oh, he never
We
saw
never saw
Gugu's face.
Gugu's face. That's true.
it?
I feel like there was
he
one
did.
point. Yeah, he did take off, but it was the bad face. It wasn't his normal or
Yeah.
healed face. So I don't think he would know what it would look like. But does that matter?
Well, we saw something.
Well, he can't fix Nixon's arm because he never saw him with an arm.
Yeah, we're talking about that in the last episode. Like there was someone who came back with a fixed injury, and maybe
Yeah.
it was just a battle injury.
Yeah.
Was it just a battle injury?
It was Tacit's son.
It was Tessa's son.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was the stab. But he healed the body while in the body. So versus when he just makes the bodies. So it's probably something like that.
Yeah.
I probably didn't think about it for
he's
Nixon.
been Gugu enough times for him to have fixed it, I think.
But does he think about it? I think he has to think about it and actually do it. And I think that's part of the problem.
And he
Conscious
never really
effort.
saw Gugu as broken.
Exactly.
Because, I mean, it's a
Gugu
wound that was
accepted it.
already healed. It's not like a stab wound. It's functional. It's healed. Booze man.
Man.
Goodness.
He did a thing.
And I was saying towards the intro that as satisfying as it was to see everyone back again, it did lose a lot of its luster because it was just always there hanging that I knew they could come back. I was just waiting for it to happen.
Just when.
Yeah, like it just, okay, they're back together. Cool. wanting to do that 10 episodes ago. I know there's a story here and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just because it was sitting there so long, knowing that it could happen, it just didn't have the oomph that I was hoping for.
I think also what held them back from doing it is because of what literally happened afterwards. Everything was solved.
Yeah.
Everything was solved. There were no more problems in the world. Literally, Knockers ran away.
Yeah.
Okay, and they didn't want that. They needed to get to 20 episodes. They could barely make it to 20 episodes.
Yeah, it was a struggle. Like,
it was
we
a
noticed
struggle. Yeah, they were like
there were some episodes that
stretching
nothing
things
happened.
out. Yeah, so they were like, guys, just hold on, because we're gonna wait for it, please. Yeah. So I think it really just came down to plot and being able to have proper episodes happen.
Yeah.
Then we see Fuchi's like, you guys go on dreaming. I'm a piece out of here. This story now.
I won't even be able to talk to you anymore.
Yeah.
March isn't having it, crying, and he literally can't do anything. So Black Master is like, just
Like, go do exactly what I need you to do.
Yes.
I'm only helping me here.
Yes, basically.
Don't
like,
worry
he
about
only came because it'll help him.
It's like, oh, you're finally gonna do the thing that I made you to do? Oh, okay, awesome. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go.
I noticed the ghosts didn't get frozen, just them. That's interesting.
So he can pause the physical world.
Yes.
Interesting.
So Faye is something completely separate that he understands but doesn't have control over.
Yeah. So I wonder how much control he does have over this world if he can just freeze people / their time or whatever it is that he did.
Yeah, if I was to guess, he's literally just the world, and Fuchi's just kind of like copy pasting right now. On top
That's a
of
good
it,
point. Yeah.
a new OS.
Yeah.
No.
A very primitive one has to use vines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. So the vines is just what he knows to do, but not necessarily. Maybe it's not necessarily the only way to do it.
No.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Just do veins instead.
That's worse. But imagine seeing like a bunch of veins on those giant buildings there. It's just like pulsing. It's just
Fushi is here.
The vines are fine. The vines are good. Oh goodness.
But yeah, and then
Kamu and Gugu are guardian
Yes.
and
plus the guy with the explosives, which we find out is Kohaku.
Kahaku, yes. He has
He
a
was
plan
us.
for the Bennetts.
Yes. With a perfect plan. This was the best ending for Kohaku. I'm very happy he did it, and he stayed true to his self too, where he's all in for Fushi since he was young. Was just conviction for Fushi, right? And he just, the best way was to kill the thing in his arm.
Yeah.
And he finally did it.
And he saved his family.
Saved his family and saved everybody. Gave Fushi back his people. His vessels.
I wonder if his ghost stayed.
Oh.
That is a great question.
I feel like he'd just want to be done with everything. at
Yeah,
this point.
especially because Fushi, the person he likes of Fushi doesn't like him back. Perona?
Perona.
So he kind of gave up. Like, he was literally barely hanging on to life before.
Yeah.
Like, the only thing that was helping him was that he wanted to help Fushi. But now he's done the best thing he could do, which was to delete the reason he existed.
Yeah.
That would have hurt him.
Knocker thing.
The knocker thing. So the knockers have been knocked down a peg, although they've although they've also had millennia or however long this took to plan and scheme and grow and develop.
Although Fushi has been like quite literally like
Encroaching on wherever they are.
Yes.
That's true. I was thinking, do you remember the master said he only knows when they come out?
Yeah.
So they could just be like really deep and it's just moving very slowly, such that he can't really sense them. Because remember, also he couldn't move through places that had like a metal grate on it for some reason.
he can't become one with metal, basically.
Right.
Iron.
Right. So they could have just like discovered that like as people died and people didn't. Knockers died and knockers didn't. It's like, oh, this space is safe. Let's all gather here. So they could still be there, just like in like pockets.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I could have sworn he put the metal down there because they couldn't go through it.
Yeah. Fushi, during the invasion,
Yeah.
it's like there's metal here. Yeah, Fushi put those down.
Yeah, but also they used it to their advantage against
Oh,
against
well, I didn't
I
recall.
forget who they
Okay.
were fighting. Kohaku?
Fushi. Kohaku. It was during the Kohaku fight.
Yeah, but it wasn't Fushi. Oh, they surrounded Kohaku.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The knockers surrounded Kohaku. Yeah, so it was against Kohaku. That's what I'm trying to say. But they were Fushi couldn't see what was happening there. That's why they pulled Echo there.
Yeah.
To take her away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how funny would it be if he eventually makes it like our world, where you know how Earth has like deep down, there's like an iron mantle around everything.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna explain in this world the reason that's there is Fushi just crunched it down so knockers can't get out of that spot.
Yes,
Made
that would
actual
be
hell for them.
amazing.
Great.
And I may I point out, so Kohaku shows up to Bennett. He's like, I got a genius idea. Melt all the iron. And they're like, bet.
Yeah.
Basically.
They don't even blink an eye.
He's got the
giant thing on his face.
They know he's a guardian.
They know he's a
recognize
guardian who is all for Fushi. And then they're like, so you've given up on Fushi? She's like, no. Okay.
Get in the lava.
We'll just kill you right now.
Yeah, they're doing what he wants and they think they're in charge.
Yeah.
Like they're pushing like, get in there. I showed him.
And evidently they didn't have a conversation about this. 'Cause
No.
he's like, so you swap sides, huh?
At the last minute. So stupid.
It's
He's like,
a
here are
cool
my
lava.
instructions. Yes. I won't see you for the next
So dumb.
36 hours.
The only thing I can think is they had a second plan just in case this went sour. So they might just show rear their ugly heads again.
Mm-hmm. And to be fair, it's the medieval times, so I suppose they didn't really, evidently they didn't think to search the man. But they also thought, IEDs don't exist.
That's
We have 20 dudes, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Because they're also shocked when his arm stretched, they're like, what the heck is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's true.
And it's funny, the thing got out of him and went there. It's like, oh, I'm safe. And then everything explodes. I thought that was great. Good plan, Kohaku.
Yeah.
You did something good for once.
And I'm very happy that they showed that even the arms set on fire at the edge of the platform.
Yes.
Everything's on fire. Very, very good. No
Yes.
loose ends.
No loose ends.
It's done. It's over with.
It's done.
Yeah, I thought that maybe it did, but Kaku just through sheer willpower held it in. Because I thought the thing could like kind of tell what he was thinking and his intent. Because it went with him to go wrap up the bombs, strap it to his chest, walk over to the lava.
Yes.
It didn't do anything.
No, it's
Whereas
very
every other
strange.
time it fought and stuff. So
Yeah, it could be that he was able to, because he realized what was happening in his head. There's like, maybe I can put a
wall.
barrier. You can't know everything I'm thinking right now.
yeah,
But yeah.
it's a shame. That was the most advanced knocker, and it just couldn't think past his own selfishness.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have been a people knocker.
But let's talk about our, rating of the show. We've finished the season.
Yes,
I guess no
like-
grade, but just like our overall thoughts, because it is continuing, apparently.
Because Fushi says, we're done. Throws off the thing. And
Oh, yeah.
he's just going to live.
I forgot about
Is season
that.
3 just slice of life?
Yeah, what is going to happen? Because why did he disconnect? I thought the whole point was to be connected to everything.
It was to connect to everything and then, like, stop the knockers. To make the world peaceful.
I see. Okay, that makes sense.
Perhaps he
Still dumb.
no longer needs the connection because he's the world, or
I was hoping that.
or he's like, I'm just gonna live my life now that I have control of the world and just pull off for now, because he could always just grab it again, you know.
It ripped unless he's learned how to connect and disconnect.
Well, I mean, the roots are everywhere, right? So if he just gets to any
Yeah,
root,
but once he disconnected, I thought it was
yeah.
a different part of him. It was gone.
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah, that's why I hope that he's learned. If he has learned to connect and disconnect, then level 2 is a possibility, because then he can
heal people.
Yes, because then he can connect to people, heal them, and disconnect. That would be a real possibility. I hope it's that. I really hope it's not. I'm going to now think everything is peaceful and live
Yeah,
peacefully.
I can't imagine he just rips. That'd be dumb, but it would also allow the plot to progress.
And it'll also allow him to actually breathe, because before he literally was out of consciousness because he was doing this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I can see Fushi just wanting to live with his friends, and so he's like, all right, guys, show up. I'll start making the bodies and can live a peaceful life in this year, something like that. And also, I don't see Fushi going around talking about how I'm Fushi to
No.
everybody.
Yeah.
But they might recognize.
Yeah, because they
Although
know
that-
his image.
Would they know his image though?
I guess it was the old time.
Yeah, because
they
they
didn't
didn't
have drawings.
No, only Banshin Weekly. Maybe they unearthed some Banshin
Weeklies.
in archaeology.
Maybe Tonari
department.
became a good artist in
Good
her new
sketches.
life.
Really good sketches.
Fantastic sketches.
A white-haired boy wearing an Eskimo outfit in the middle of summer. You see that kid over there?
There he is. Oh, I wonder. Do you think that the Descendants were gonna bump into the Descendants in season 3? Because we have Sandal's descendants. We saw Chabo had a son. That's literally the only two people that I think about, actually.
I think so. Yeah.
Gugu didn't remarry. He just died. Camus definitely probably had kids. We didn't see them, but I'm guessing he had a family.
Guardians of the Tree.
Guardians of the Tree.
That's such a cool title.
Yeah.
It's both lame and really cool at the same time. The Tree. Anyway.
But yeah, I overall rating of the show without giving a letter grade, I think amazing plot, amazing. I love the premise of the show from the very beginning, and I love how they delivered at the last episode. Season 2 is a trip of like it's dragging to get through season 2 to get to this place of like, oh, that was great, you know, and it leaves so much possibility for next season. I really wish it did better on the channel, and I really wish they did season 2 better. I wish they just like pulled a Demon Slayer and just did 10 episodes and like, sorry guys, this is 10 episode season, okay?
Really.
Yeah, it would be so much better.
Action every day.
Yeah, and it would have made it much more manageable and not feel so dragged out and much more interesting. And then also, like I said, I wish it did better on the channel so that we would continue it, because at this point I don't think we can.
I don't think we can.
It's really not feasible. Like right now we're doing on Patreon and YouTube, and most people just want to see the reactions, so we'd get like 0 views on YouTube. It's not really helping the channel, so unfortunately.
No, I mean, full disclosure, I think it's hurting the channel, to be honest. And I'm not blaming anyone for not watching or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, matter of factly, that's just the way it is.
Yeah, it's NHK's fault.
Because we have to separate the 2 videos.
Yeah, it's a really good show. I do think, however, season 1 was far superior to season 2.
Same.
Yeah.
I think the first few episodes of season 1 are some of the best anime ever, particularly episode 1. But then after that, it kind of falls a little bit to become a regular old show, and now season 2 feels like a standard. I would say maybe average, if not sometimes a little bit above, sometimes a little bit below average in these episodes.
It was to me, it was like this a lot. Like some moments were great, some moments were not. It really was because they were dragging out to 20 episodes. That really killed it.
I think they should have gone, if they were going to be unconventional with the 20 episodes instead of 24, 16
just
episodes,
go all the way.
12 episodes.
Yeah.
That would have been so much better. And it hurt the overall experience of watching this show. It's got to be for everyone, because I've seen other people talk about how long it took for this show to get to the point. And the other day, people's attention spans are diminishing. I saw someone complaining that Demon Slayer dragged his feet with this plot, and I don't know what they're on.
Oh my gosh!
But if you think that, and if I don't know if
they
that's
couldn't
common.
take this show.
I don't know if that's common, but if that's the way people are starting to feel nowadays, I can see why this show wasn't quite as popular.
Yeah.
Evidently, it's a decent level popular if it got immediately renewed.
Yeah,
that's true.
But if we're not doing grades, but if we were doing grades, this would have dropped a letter grade for me based on season 2. I did enjoy several points, but it's just not the same show.
Yeah, agreed. What are you?
Yeah, I honestly, season 1 on its own, I'd recommended it to anyone. I'd just be like, you know what, just watch season 1. I'll get back to you after season 3 is over, see how it does to redeem itself, because then you can like do a pass through season 2
just
to
like
season 3.
Fast forward.
Yeah. But yeah, season 2 was rough. Like even the ending payoff didn't feel like a payoff
because it took so long to get there.
Yeah, but even the ending itself was so like, and then a new dawn came, and it was like really.
Oh, so the execution even wasn't good enough for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It didn't even feel so bittersweet to me as it did just kind of let downy. That after all this time they're back together and I'm gone.
Yeah.
But I get why it happened, but it's hard to describe the feeling. It wasn't sad. It was just.
Yeah.
It didn't even feel like that's life. It just felt that sucks.
Yeah.
You know?
It would have been good if Fushi would have been like, you know what? 1 lifetime is okay. I'll spend 1 lifetime with you guys.
And then I'll do this thing.
Then I gotta peace out.
No. Not even.
I was really hoping for that. I guess he was just so worried about the knockers and just get it done, rip off the band-aid before he makes more friends, before more people get hurt that he has to bring back or something like that. But all that being said, I don't want to take away from the fact I really did enjoy the highs of this show.
Yeah, same.
Very beautiful friendships and relationships. Some of the best just friendships abounding shows I've seen so far on the channel. Usually it's just you have like a small group of people and like one person's the real friend and everybody else people just know. Everyone here is a really
like
good character.
The friend. It
was
felt like
great.
family.
Yeah.
It's great.
All the characters that they just developed they did well.
Everyone's unique.
Yeah, even though everyone was like suddenly like hardcore Fushi stan is like, you know what? This is fine. It's okay.
I agree. Like, especially at Kamu.
Yeah.
Kamu was the one for me. It was like, wow, that was sudden.
Yeah.
Okay.
Suddenly part. Literally dragged
I
into
will
this.
protect you, even though I just met you. Like, okay. But, I mean, he was the only one that was a little jarring, but everybody else was like, I get it.
I felt that a couple of times, but then I kept having to remember, no, if you just saw that in medieval times, that someone had these abilities, you would kind of have to be ride or die in this moment.
Yes, this is true.
Literally
not a lot of
building
actors.
buildings,
Yeah.
resurrecting people.
You can't turn a blind eye at that.
Shifting.
Yeah, this is your life now.
Yeah. Yeah. I completely agree. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I think that's everything.
I think
Yeah.
that's everything.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this series.
Yeah, goodbye to your journey for now.
Yeah. Guys, remember to hit the like on the like button. Remember to hit the subscribe on the subscribe button. Also, check out the link to our Patreon to see the uncut version of these episodes. And also check out our new show, Dororo, coming up on the channel.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll see you guys in the city.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Oh, bye.
Special thanks to our patrons, James Lee, Tyrone, Antonio D, and Lizer.